Hello class, today we will be talking about internet and intranet. We want to see the differences between these two terms. Do not forget that we are still discussing communication. So, the internet is the computer network which allows computer users, you and I, to connect with computers all over the world. So it is a worldwide connection of networks which allows users to do the following. We can send and receive emails, browse the world wide web, that is the web, and transfer files from one computer to another. We can also chat online, using the internet. So whenever you hear of the internet, it is an interconnection of several computers across the world. Now, the next thing we need to note is the word web. The web. Most times, students get to, interchange the meaning of the web and the internet. The World Wide Web, WWW, is a system that we use to tap into the internet. It is not the internet. It is only a part of the internet and can be accessed by a web browser. So, these are some common web browsers: your Google Chrome, your Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, and so on. So, each time you visit these web browsers and you enter a keyword, maybe you want to look for the meaning of marriage. At that point, you are trying to access the internet, but using the web, okay, using the World Wide Web, because the World Wide Web is an interconnection of information, whereas the internet is connection of computers. So you can see that the web resides in the internet. You can liken it to a house and a building. You have a building, that is your internet, and then you have a house, and that is your web. So you can see the web is smaller, the internet is actually larger. Okay, so now the web consists of several collection of web pages. That is what makes up the web pages, and it was developed by Tim Berners-Lee in 1989. It uses hypertext transfer protocol, HTTP. So I'm sure you've been seeing this. Maybe you just type the word marriage. You want to look for the meaning of marriage. At some point, after the information has been searched, you get to see something like this: HTTP, a longer text, HTTP with this colon, this two forward slashes, www, and then some strings. Okay, what that means is that at that point you are using the web, you're trying to get the information from the internet using the web, and the protocol that allows for that connection, that transportation, or that display is hypertext transfer protocol. Okay, class. So now we want to look at the intranet. Intranet is a computer network for sharing information, for sharing resources, collaboration tools, operational systems, and other computing services within an organization. Remember, the keyword there is within an organization. Intranet is a computer network within an organization. Okay, and it's usually to the exclusion of access by outsiders. Outsiders cannot access it. So it is a private network that can only be accessed by authorized users. So our school, for instance, can come up with a computer network that can be accessed by teachers in the school. So one thing about intranet is, for you to be able to access it, you need your password, you need user ID to be able to access it. And then information that is specific to that school or that organization is what you have on the intranet. It's not the same as the internet. Okay? So the short form is that intranet is a network within an organization, made specially for an organization. Now, why intranet? Why do organizations have intranet? Okay, the reasons are this. One, they are safer. The cases of virus hacking are actually lesser. You have them lesser when you are using intranet. Remember that you're dealing with, a number of a few people, not like the internet that you are dealing with a large population. And then specific information is made available. You can send specific information, sensitive information on the intranet. And then sometimes we can extend the intranet to some special people outside the organization, maybe some stakeholders, some parents, just outside the organization. So at that point, we call it extranet. However, if you have to do this, then they also need password protection. So before we end today's lesson, we want to see the differences between internet and intranet. Now, intranet is gotten from the word internal restricted access network. Internal, it's an internal network, whereas the internet is an international network. Okay, now intranet requires password, user ID, whereas when you want to use your internet, all you need to do is get your access, maybe using your ISP, your internet service provider, using a modem. Okay, now lastly, intranet is used to give local information that is relevant to that organization, whereas internet covers areas of global interest. It covers in larger sphere. So this is the end of our lesson for today. Thank you, class.